One McCann swing put the Nats behind by a run. They were unable to score against the Braves' pen. Game 2 features the return of John Lannon and a call to the offense to come back and start swinging. Well, a lot of fans have been waiting for the rain to clear out, and I mean half street in the center field concourse crowded right now. Should be a good crowd, post-game concert. And did you think the Nats were going to run away and hide from the rest of the East? Folks, this is what you call a pennant race. Some nights it breaks your heart. Some nights you win games you had no business winning. It's a day-to-day thing that's the most fascinating thing that can happen in the second half of a baseball season. So you forget about what happened last night. Maybe forget about what happened today, get back after it, but without Bryce Harper tonight. Yeah, Bryce Harper hurt himself in the first game. X-rays were negative. He fouled a ball off his back foot in a bunt situation. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. A little redirect here. Maybe the ball picked up some speed. It hit right above his shoe. Couldn't walk around. Tried to go. Couldn't make it. So Bryce Harper with just a bruise of his left ankle, not going in the second game as well. Meanwhile, Roger Bernardino playing very well, so he'll get the call in center field and up at the top of the lineup behind Lombardozzi tonight. Big story. John Lannon's back, a guy we've come to love and respect over the years. I would imagine this has been a tough year mentally on him. Maybe that's why the numbers haven't been that great at Syracuse. But he's back in the big leagues tonight, and that's all that matters. He's had some success against the Atlanta Braves throughout his career. Look about last year, 5 starts, 3-1 record, 2.97 ERA. The Wallflowers are in concert after this game. One of their main hits is Heroes, and the chorus goes, "We can be heroes just for one day," and that's exactly what John Lannon has to do here tonight against the Braves. And we'll look forward to you singing that chorus to us a little later. So here's Desmond. It's the second of 2. Lombardozzi and company, the Nats and the Braves, game 3 of the series in a moment. Great hand in Nationals baseball is brought to you en masse by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And Navy Federal Credit Union, serving the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, the Department of Defense, and their families. Federally insured by NCUA. So just downstream from the Navy Yard, the Nats hoping to keep this thing afloat and get back to 2.5 ahead of Atlanta. Here's the Train game time conditions. Visit train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Just as humid, but actually 2 degrees warmer than it was at 1 o'clock for game 1 today. And the Braves lineup. Chipper Jones is in there for the nightcap. He hit a pinch hit 2-run homer in game 1 that turned a 2-0 game into a 4-0 shutout. And in this series, he's 2 for 6 with 4 RBIs. He also has 10 career hits against John Lannon. Good to see John back on the mound. We'll set him up in a moment. First pitch, Michael Bourne. And that is a drag bunt base hit. How about that to start the game in the first pitch? Right on time at 7:05. John Lannon, great career numbers against the Braves in 15 starts, 8-5 with a 3.25 ERA.
And it took the mound to a very warm ovation here at Nats Park. Fans happy to see John Lannon back in the big leagues. And the last time out, he pitched for Syracuse against Pawtucket. That was last Monday. He took the loss, gave up 6 runs on 9 hits and 5 innings of work. Struck out 2, walked 1, allowed 2 home runs. And last year's repertoire, fastball, slider, curveball, change. Fastball in the low 90s. Like we said in the open, 3-1 against the Braves in 5 starts in 2011.
129 career starts with this one tonight. And ball 1 to Martin Prado, who has 10 hits in 37 career at-bats against the Nats left-hander. Prado, a couple of hits in the first game, 3 in the series. He has 111 on the year, 6th best in the National League. Lannon with a fastball, a good one at 90. 1 ball, 1 strike. John's career record 38-51 with an even 4 ERA. Led this staff in wins last year, going 10-13 in 33 starts. Brian O'Nora gets the evening off after having the plate today. Tonight it's Chad Fairchild, Alfonso Marquez first base, Tom Hallion at second, and Dave Rackley at third. Browns crew busy in between games, getting this field back in shape. A lot of rain in the last couple of hours. There's a double play ball for Ian Desmond. And what a nice gift that is for John Lannon, who's made a career out of getting ground balls.
You know, the key to that double play is keeping the ball down, but I think even more importantly, with John Lannon's times to the plate, he was a 1-1 on those pitches to Martin Prado. We saw Michael Bourne steal a couple of bases in game 1. And the fact that John Lannon was quick to the plate early in this game allowed him to get that double play ground ball.
And he goes lefty-lefty now on Jason Hayward. You might have noticed on the replay, Lannon thought for a moment about jumping and reaching for that ball. But it probably dawned on him in a split second where Desmond was, and that was an easy double play ball for the shortstop. Breaking ball a little upstairs, 2-0.
And that 1-1 time to the plate is too fast for even the best base stealers to go. Michael Bourne.
Excellent. You know what? That's part of being a pitcher, not just a thrower. And quite frankly, that's something Henry Rodriguez is going to have to learn at the major league level, because he can pitch at times, but he did a poor job of managing base runners in that first game, and that's something a lot of pitchers need to do. Every one of them. 4-pitch walk to Hayward, and so John now has to face Chipper Jones.
Let's set the defense for the Nats tonight behind John Lannon. Lombardozzi, Bernardina, Morse in the outfield. Bryce Harper getting the night off, as we said earlier. Desmond Zimmerman on the left side. Espinoza LaRoche on the right side. And Sandy Leon doing the catching.
There's Sandy Leon, who struggled defensively last night with a couple of balls low and to his left against right-handed batters trying to bunt. Here's Chipper, 2 for 6 with that homer. And off to the races is Hayward, and he's probably going to score. Chipper Jones has seen 2 pitches today, has driven in 3 runs with a homer and a double. And I'm telling you, the Atlanta Braves are taking what they did last night and taking it right to the Nats.
And if he keeps this up, he's going to pull a Brett Favre. There's no way this guy's going to retire. Off the bench, pinch hit, 2-run homer in game 1. 12th double of the season. This time from the right side. Gets a fastball out over the plate. Goes the other way and splits the gap. Morse with a late jump. in right field. Don't know if he saw that ball off the bat or not, but with Hayward running on the pitch just like that, 1-0 Braves.
And they are going up hacking right now. Chipper Jones keeps adding to that RBI total. Set a record here last night by hitters who play primarily third base in their position with the most RBIs ever. And now he's one away from 1,600. 1601 now, pardon me, went fly. Yeah, I forgot about the home run this afternoon. So that put him at 1,600, and then it tacks on another one tonight. Amazing. Freddie Freeman hitless in game 1 today, but still hitting in 11 of his last 12. So 2 hits and a walk in this inning, and obviously the double play huge. That ball is into right field for a base hit. Chipper Jones coming around. 2-0 Atlanta.
And these guys are swinging some kind of hot bats right now. Maybe Freddie Freeman swinging the hottest. And gets a curveball over the plate, stays back, backs it up.
Not a great 0-2 pitch.
And he was all over that, and just like that, 2-0 Braves.
Yeah, John Lannon's upset about that location he served up. Now he has to deal with Dan Uggla, who has 9 career hits against him and a home run, plus 5 walks. And the Braves are doing a lot of attacking early in at-bats here. Two and 0. John's last appearance, September 27th of last year at Florida. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. Didn't get a decision, but the Nats won that game. That was part of that great final series. His last win, September 21st of last year at Philadelphia. Three and 0, 3-1, pardon me. On a breaking ball in the dirt.
A couple of runs on 3 hits. It's up to John Lannon now to find a way to slow this baseball game down. You put yourself in his shoes right now. First start of the year at the major league level. First pitch of the game, a bunt single. A couple of knocks later, it's 2-0. Things are probably moving very fast for the lefty as we speak.
And another base runner. Second walk of the inning. That'll bring in David Ross, the catcher. This guy can hack. Against left-handed pitching, they'll put him in the lineup and not even give a thought about it. Sitting Brian McCann down from time to time. 289 career batting average coming into this season. In 8 years with the Dodgers, Pirates, Padres, Reds, and the Braves. And he's sitting right at 289, spelling Brian McCann tonight. And McCann, of course, had the game-winning hit, the home run in game 1.
Well, to your point, he's hitting .351 against lefties this year, 13 for 37 with 3 homers.
So he has a total of 5 home runs. So coupled with McCann, they have 20 home runs from their catchers and 62 RBIs. That guy would make the All-Star team. John's falling behind here. He's going to get a visit from a longtime teammate in Ian Desmond.
And he's probably just going to try to help John slow the game down. He's a little quick right now. Front side's flying open. Well, obviously, you can't keep falling behind hitters, especially a good hitting team like the Braves are going to pay the price.
Seemed to have good rhythm and timing on that delivery. Out straight back, 2-1. Close, but ball 3. Number 8 hitter, the shortstop, Paul Janisch, is next. And he's been on base 4 times in this series. Ross to center. Bernardina back, and under it. Heave a sigh of relief. It's in the park, and the Braves will settle for 2 in a long top of the first inning. Up actually until this afternoon, ringing quite loudly lately. So here's the lineup. Check out the powerful lineup at Dodge.com. See your authorized Dodge dealer, experience a world of performance, design, and fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or log on to Dodge.com. 6-game hitting streak for Danny Espinosa. Suddenly, batting average up to .243. And the Nats have Sandy Leon in there tonight. Roger Bernardina spelling Bryce Harper, whose x-rays were negative this afternoon. On June 29th in Atlanta, Randall Delgado gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned in just 4 innings against the Nats, who won that game 5-4 behind the relief later of Sean Burnett.
And after being optioned to AAA Gwinnett on July 15th, he made his first start of the year at Indianapolis. He allowed 6 earned runs on 6 hits over 5 innings of work in a 6-5 loss. He struck out 5, walked 1 through 94 pitches, 56 for strikes. So 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball. Curve change from Delgado. The fastball go 92 to 95 miles an hour. And he has a slurvy curve. It's almost like a slider. Command can be suspect at times, but he's got a 3/4 release point, and he'll definitely give you something to hit.
Steve Lombardozzi, 3 for 9 in the series with a couple of RBIs. Had his 13-game hitting streak stopped on an 0 for 4 this afternoon.
0 for 4, and he got robbed twice. Once by Ben Sheets on a line drive to start the game, and a great play by Freddie Freeman at first base.
Lombardozzi gets jammed and pops it up easily left side to Chipper Jones.
Let's set the defense for the Braves in game 2 of this doubleheader behind Randall Delgado. Prado, Bourne, Hayward in the outfield. Janisch Jones on the left side. Ugla Freeman on the right side. And David Ross doing the catching.
Roger Bernardina. Couple of hits this afternoon. One of them a bunt and a stolen base. And he faces Randall Delgado for the first time. Inside corner. Hitter skipping away, and it was still a called strike. Ryan Zimmerman, 4 for 8 in the series, waiting. Delgado from the first base side of that pitching rubber. And a 1-2. That's a breaking ball way inside. Discover Kia's full lineup of high quality, stylish, and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. Not giving them a whole lot of run support. Those are some of the lowest hitting ball clubs in baseball, except for the Braves.
I don't think they like him.
2-2 pitch. Bernardino drills it to center on a breaking ball up, but it's right at Michael Bourne. 2 outs. Leaving it up to Zimmerman here in the first inning. Since we were with you this afternoon, the Mets lost that ball game to the Dodgers 8-5. The Giants scored a run in the 10th and beat the Phillies 6-5 in a game that started at 4 o'clock. So the Nats are a game and a half up on Atlanta. Still 7 on the Mets. Miami plays tonight, 10 up on them, and still 13 and a half up on the Phillies, who are back home and suddenly struggling again.
Like I said to end game 1, if this was September 21st, I think there would be tons of concern. But it's July 21st.
Zimmerman with a homer, 3 RBIs, 2 walks, while going 4 for 8 in this series. Always hits well against Atlanta. Ryan's getting a share of hits, but we also saw today late for a number of fastballs that lately he's been driving. So even though not locked in today, still getting a share of base hits, still producing.
You see the month of July, 393.
Perfect on the corner from Delgado, whose career record is 5-10, 24th career start, and a 4.03 ERA. 4-9 with a 4.5 earned run average. This year, Michael Morse on deck.
Delgado's got a good fastball. It's just a matter of if he can control it and get it to a corner. 92 to 95 miles an hour. Pretty good run on it, but he's a long arm guy. Shows you the baseball. And as a hitter, you like that. It's the short arm guys that give you problems, that rush you. But you see how long his arm is. It gives you time to get to the ball.
Ryan on a breaking ball up, fouls it away. He was 1 for 2 with a single last time they faced each other. Zimmerman's batting average now on a steady march to the 270 mark, hitting down in the 2 teens or so when he got hot about a month ago. This ball off the end of the bat, and right there is Hayward. Nats go 1-2-3 after the Braves get 2 in the first.
Inning score, Braves 2-0, and as you guys mentioned, Bryce Harper out of the game with a sore ankle. After he fouled the ball off of his ankle, he actually went down to the batting cages and attempted to take some swings, was having a lot of trouble. Adam LaRoche looked at him and said, hey, if you can go, go. If you can't, we will understand. We've all gotten hit like that, and we know it hurts, but if you cannot run around in the outfield, you got to tell someone. Well, he did try to go. Bryce tried to go and play center field in the next inning. When Davey Johnson got word that he was having trouble swinging, he pulled him. But all in all, just a bruise for Bryce Harper, and he's resting that ankle for this game.
All right, thanks, Christina. Visit AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros. And John Lannon gives up another shot. This is Paul Janisch with a one-hopper to the wall in left field. And right now, the Atlanta Braves look like the New York Yankees in this ballpark. First 8 batters, 4 hits, 2 walks. Next up will be the pitcher, Randall Delgado. Boy, what a tough situation this could turn into for Davey Johnson. I want to give John Lannon every opportunity he can to get himself reestablished in the big leagues tonight. But you can't let the ball game slip away from you either. So they'll keep a very close eye on what's going on here. Delgado, 6 hits and RBI, 2 sacrifices this year. He can handle the bat. Good bunts. Lannon, 2. Espinoza, 1-4. Sacrifice is good.
Well, if you missed Bryce Harper in the first game, he squared around a bunt. It was almost over the plate. Watch his back foot. It steps back across the plate, and his foot was actually in the strike zone. Look where his back foot is, right behind home plate. And I don't know that I've ever seen anybody leave a game fouling a bunt off their leg before, but it was a redirect. It looked like the ball picked up speed. And maybe the only good thing that came from that is that I don't think you'll see Bryce Harper bunt the rest of the year.
On the next pitch, Ben Sheets threw a wicked breaking ball down and in right at his feet, and Bryce struck out. John Lannon gets a strike, 1-1 to Michael Bourne, who led off the game with a bunt single right side. Lannon threw a double play ball to Prado. Everything settled down, but then the roof caved in that first inning. Great pitch. Fastball handcuffing the lefty.
Yeah, fastball 90 miles an hour, trying to get in on Michael Bourne so he can pull a ball to a corner. Good frame by Leon on the backside to sell the call.
Barely down, barely in. Breaking ball for the strikeout. Bourne waving his bat angrily, and John Lannon gets his first K.
A pretty good curveball right there from Lannon. So you go fastball in, you make the hitter feel 90 miles an hour in the inner half, and maybe Michael Bourne trying to cheat to get to the fastball, couldn't stay back on the curveball.
Here's Prado, who hit that ground ball to Desmond, 6-3 for the double play. Martin Prado in this series, 3 for 11, 2 RBIs. Fastball misses. Good heater. John topping out at 90 in the first inning. Doubling to lead off, Paul Janisch. Third in the sacrifice, stayed on the strikeout. And Zimmerman with a backhand. Over to LaRoche, and that's it. John Lannon gets just what the Nats needed. A 0 on the board in the top of the second. And the ballpark will be pretty full by the time they all get here. Second inning presented by Luna. Call for the Luna double right now. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241 Luna. The Nats for the first game today drew 28,745 in a 3-hour and 7-minute affair. Only the second time the Nats have been shut out all year. Michael Morse in this series 4 for 9 with 3 RBIs, and the last time he faced Rando Delgado, it was ugly for the Braves. He had a 4 for 4 with 3 singles, a homer, scored 3 runs. Delgado was out of the game by the time Michael's third at bat rolled around. So he's 2 for 2 against this young right-hander. .94 by him.
He's trying to make it 3 for 3 with a homer. A pretty big crowd the first game at 1 o'clock. Huge crowd here the second game at 7 o'clock. And they are all waiting for something to cheer for. Locked and loaded. We talked about it last night. Game 1, great atmosphere here. It rained. And people went up underneath for cover. And it kind of lost the playoff vibe that it had the first 5 innings. Big crowd on hand here for the nightcap.
That's a hard 95 down and in to the right-hander. This Atlanta pitching staff gets some of its issues straightened out. They'll really be good. They've got the bullpen. Starters ERA coming into this series 3.97. It's gone up just a click. And by the way, when the Nats took the field today, it was the first time all year their staff ERA was not the best in the National League. Just a little bit above what the Dodgers are doing now. Morse fouls it away to stay with it. 2-2.
That on top of having the comeback player of the month maybe in Ben Sheets. 12 scoreless innings since the Braves picked him up.
He was good today. Got a couple of double play balls. A 5-hitter, no runs in 6 innings. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. He threw 91 pitches. So David Ross visiting Rando Delgado.
I think Ross wants to go with that 2-seam fastball under Morse's hands again. That 95-mile-an-hour piece. They're running up in there.
Michael hasn't done anything with it. Sometimes a veteran catcher has to tell a young pitcher, hey, why do you want to trick him now when you've blown him away with that pitch twice?
And maybe that young pitcher will say, because if I miss with that inside fastball anywhere out over the plate, it'll be in our bullpen.
And then if I'm a catcher, I'm going to say, don't you ever say to me, because if I miss. Don't ever utter those words again. Michael creams it. That was 87 off speed. And just foul, hooking severely.
That's pretty good role playing between us, by the way. You were Ross, I was Delgado, and we were just going back and forth.
Don't you ever bring up negative thoughts to me.
With a conversation that we had no idea what they were saying. But we acted like we knew, and that's all that counts.
Yeah. We're sitting around 350 his last 24 games. Delgado taking a while here, and now he winds and fires. Low and away, 96. 3-2. Is that a straight 4-seamer that's going low, or is he sinking it at all?
Well, he's got a 2-seamer and a 4-seamer. That one was 4 seams. And on the video I watched between games, I didn't see him go above 94. Today he's hit 95 and 96. It's a big fastball.
And a 3-2 to Michael. On a pitch up. Dan Uggla to his left. And Delgado's retired. The first 4 Nats. Adam LaRoche should be next. Single game tickets are available for tomorrow. Nats will wrap it up with the series with Atlanta with Ross Detweiler and Jair Jurgens, and they're back home after a trip 2, New York and Milwaukee. So check it out, Nationals.com. Some of those seats as low as $10. And on the next homestand, commencing on the 31st, which is a Tuesday night, Phillies for 3, Marlins for 3. All night games that week except for the Sunday game. Seems like forever since the Phillies have been here.
And you start commanding the change like that one right there from Delgado. And that's a tough go for a hitter. 95 fastball, 82 change, and they both look exactly the same. You throw it behind in the count, now you get in a hitter's head big time.
Adam LaRoche 0 for 2 against Delgado. Hit into a double play ball, reached on an error. Adam in this series 2 for 9 with a walk. Delgado just 22, 6'3", 200 from Las Tablas, Panama. And LaRoche will pop it up short left field. Long run for Martin Prado, who sprinted in and was waiting for that ball. 2 outs. 5 in a row. Discover Kia's full lineup of high quality, stylish and dependable vehicles. To learn more, visit kia.com. As we check in on Ian Desmond now, banged up a bit with the oblique, and these numbers go back almost the last 4 weeks now, including the All-Star break in there. So 4 days off and then 5 other games in which he did not start.
Playing both games in a doubleheader.
That's a good sign.
1 for 4 in the first game. Hit a couple of balls hard, so the swing looked good.
2 for 8 with 2 walks in the series and batting .288. Desmond had a 2-run single against Delgado in that game in Atlanta. Delgado, non-drafted free agent, signed at the age of 16 with the Braves. 7 years and 3 days ago. Perfectly placed. He's hit the outer edge twice.
That's a good running fastball. He's backdooring it to right-hander, starting it off the plate away, almost in a left-handed batter's box, and running it back.
Kinetic North America tracking it to the outside corner. On a pitch up, a stinger to Chipper Jones on the one hop, who calmly takes it and throws him out. 6 straight for Randall Delgado to start the game. 2-0 Braves.
Lannon did against these Braves last year, 2011 version on April 2nd at home against the Braves. He got the win, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, just 1 run. Then May 11th at Atlanta, got the no decision 6-inning pitch, 5 hits, 2 runs. July 16th at Atlanta, he got the win, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. August 2nd at home, 6 2/3, 9 hits, 3 runs. He got the win there. And August 31st, the only time he lost against the Braves last year. 7 innings, 7 hits. He gave up just 2 earned runs, struck out 6, and walked 1. So all in all, against the Bravos in 2011, 3-1 with a 2.97 ERA.
15 career starts against Atlanta. Threw a strike to Jason Hayward. Now gets a couple of hopper to Danny Espinosa. Chipper Jones will be next. So John Lannon now, 5 of the last 6 retired since the walk in the first inning to Dan Uggla. Nice night at the ballpark, comfortable. Hallelujah. It's dry here for a while. Not exactly been a monsoon last night and today, but it's been enough rain just to be very irritating. And the fans have braved some tough conditions here.
And it's just been partly cruddy with the chance of afternoon crud for about 3 days.
Well, hopefully from crud to good stuff right here. Chipper Jones finally took a pitch today, and now another, and it's 0-2. First 2 pitches he saw today, he homered against Ryan Matthews and then doubled for a run against John Lannon. So Chipper with that base hit, 11 for 32 career against the Nats lefty. John, 27 years of age, made his Nats debut in 2007, that memorable game at Philadelphia. 2-2 pitch. Chipper pulls it. Zimmerman snags it, and on the run. Right on target, 2 down. Lannon getting some ground balls here. AT&T fact of the game. I have him for 6 ground ball outs already, and starting the most games of any pitcher at Nationals Park. He debuted in 2007 at RFK and that game at Philadelphia, and then went 9-15 opening day starter a couple of times for the Nats. Right here. Freddie Freeman.
Well, we mentioned it as we led up to this John Lannon start. It's just good to see him back. And regardless of how he pitches, a guy that's well liked in the clubhouse, one of the better guys on the team last year. And it's good to see him back.
Well, here goes Freddie Freeman starting another hitting streak. 11 game streak stopped this afternoon when he went 0 for 4. He hit the daylights out of the ball the first time up and lined out to Harper in center against Edwin Jackson, who pitched great today. And now tonight, 2 for 2 with Dan Uggla coming in. Edwin Jackson today, 7 innings, a run on 5 hits, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, 111 pitches, 68 strikes. Gave the bullpen a badly needed break this afternoon, which could help the Nats tonight and tomorrow.
Well, he's a veteran guy with tons of big game experience, whether it's during the season or in the postseason. So he's not fazed by the atmosphere one bit. Gio trying to change it up, shaving the beard off. Check it out. Clean shaven Gio Gonzalez.
And we'll look for him Tuesday night in New York. Zimmerman, Gio, and Strasburg in that 3-game set against the Mets.
He looks so different.
These guys change facial hair like you and I change ties.
Well, Gio's like me. He'll have that thing back by the 6th inning. Just a great job in game 1 by Jackson. Maybe the best of the year for him.
And a 1-2 delivery now. Lannon with a breaking ball that Ugla could not hit fair. "22 pitches first inning, 13 to get through the second, and now 13 more here."
And the way that Dan Ugla is spinning off the ball, very dangerous going on the inner half to him. He's setting up in right now in a 2-strike count.
Yeah, get it in there. That hit him because it was too far in there. So Ugla has walked and been hit by a pitch. That'll bring in David Ross, who fly deep to center his first time. Ugla sold it, and Chad Fairchild sent him down to first. Good pitch inside corner, 87. David Ross against Lannon, 1 for 13 career.
And sometimes it's tough to tell with John if it's a fastball or a changeup. That first pitch was 87. His changeup will go 85. Sometimes if he throws a little too hard, it'll get up to 87. But the fastball in the low 90s and the changeup in the mid to upper 80s. Tough to tell.
Off the end of the bat, might have broken the bat, and under it is Steve Lombardozzi. John Lannon, another 0 on the board. Nats down by a couple. Bottom 3 in the lineup. Straight ahead, bottom 3rd. Masson brought to you by Verizon Fios Quantum Speed. Internet twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. And by Cholula Hot Sauce, the flavorful hot sauce with the iconic wooden cap. How about some Cholula on your cheese pizza tonight?
I'm in. Put anything on that, I'll eat it. I mean anything, I'm starving.
I think it's just so nice of them to show all of our audience them making that pizza that'll be in our booth in about 8 minutes.
There's Bryce and Jason Hayward checking out a game together, baseball buddies.
That'll be a fine for fraternizing. And here's Danny Espinosa, 3 for 9 with a home run in the series. salvaged a 1 for 3 with a late game base hit today. Goes up hacking against Delgado. In that first game in Atlanta, 1 for 2 against him. Pulled a base hit to right field. Chipper robbed him of another hit in that game. And bunting the ball over the screen, 0-2.
He's trying to get something going, get a base runner on, get the first hit of the night for the Nationals. Just looking for a spark. Good idea.
And Espinosa off the end of the bat, pop up left side. Chipper Jones to come in and take charge. 7 straight for Delgado, starting the game. Final game of the series, 1:35 tomorrow. First 10,000 fans, 12 and under, receive a kid's t-shirt presented by our single A buddies down the road, the Potomac Nationals. Center field gates, the only way to pick up that promotional item. Check out nationals.com/tickets. And come and join us for the finale of this 4-game series tomorrow. Here's the young catcher, Sandy Leon, 2 for 6 in 3 games. As a big league hitter, one of those hits in this series. And that ball's off the end of his bat to Hayward. Delgado has the Nats making easy outs here. John Lannon to bat with 2 outs, bases empty. So the Braves tomorrow, Detweiler and Jurgens on to New York for day game Wednesday after the Monday and Tuesday night games. Zimmerman, Gonzalez, and Strasburg pitching, and then on to a 4-game series in Milwaukee. John Lannon is a big league hitter. 21 hits, a homer, 10 RBIs, 097 career.
And for those of you that are wondering, you do bat in AAA. It's a National League game. You play another National League team. The pitcher's hit.
John Lennon homered at Dodger Stadium last year. And guess who gets the first base hit? He goes Rod Carew on us and slices a perfect little line drive to left field. Bail and Whale.
Nice job of handling the bat right there by John Lannon. He got a fastball away. Delgado really paused in his delivery on this pitch, and that's why Lannon got the bat out for the first hit of the night for the Nats. And guess what, folks? There goes the no-hitter. John Lannon breaks it up as the 9th hitter of this game.
Just when the Braves thought Delgado was going to skate through the first time around unscathed. And here's Lombardozzi, who fouled out to Chipper first time. Breaking ball low and inside. And if nothing else, it extends the inning. It's the Nats on the board with a hit. And you never know how many innings where a team scored a couple of runs has started with a pitcher getting on. A lot. 1-1.
With the gloves on. Those are the base running, base stealing models right there. Speed kills.
Yeah, looked like Freddie Freeman was admiring those. Maybe I'll try that. Lombardozzi almost hit by that. Ball 2. Lombardozzi 0 for 4 now against Randall Delgado. He was the leadoff man in that game in Atlanta Friday, June 29th. Delgado made him hit the ball in the air 3 times. Counting today, 4 times. Bernardino waiting, hit the ball hard to center, lined out first time. 3-2.
And try to throw that front hip sinker to Lombardozzi. Start it right at him, run it back for a called third, but kind of straightening out.
John Lennon gets a head start on this 3-2 pitch. my goodness.
That ball's up.
Strike 3. Can't wait to see that one again. The way the Braves are going, they don't need any help, and they got about a foot worth of it right there. Waving the ball caps to our wounded warriors every single day here at DynCorp International. We serve today for a better tomorrow.
And give a shout out to my buddies in Aurora, Colorado, the 120 Fighter Squadron for Buckley Air Force Base. They're watching tonight. Weed, Dirty, and Smut. Thanks for watching, and we hope everything's all right out there in Colorado.
Yeah, extending our deepest prayers and sympathy. Flags at half staff here in the nation's capital. Nats had a moment of silence for the Colorado victims and their families before the ball game last night. An ongoing tragedy, and we want those folks to know nobody in baseball is forgetting them.
And we cannot get into how those guys got their call signs. They're F-16 pilots, friends of mine that I met in D.C. last year. They're out in Colorado this year.
I thought you were bluffing and we were going to get a flyover here in the top of the 4th inning.
I wish.
In our case, a flyby.
Rally flyover. What the heck?
Yeah. Paul Janisch a double down the left field line, first time up. This bat's come alive a bit for the Braves in this series. They had to pick him up when their fine young shortstop Andrelton Simmons broke a finger, stretching a single to a double on a hands first slide. So for Janisch, his 7th game. He's 5 out of 23 for them with an RBI coming in this series. In fact, he's been on base in this series 5 times. That's pretty good for a number 8 hitter. 3-0 pitch in there. Wilson Delgado next. John Lannon first 3 innings, 53 pitches, 30 strikes. Randall Delgado. Out of play right side. Eight o'clock hour arrives here on a big, full ballpark Saturday night in late July. And somehow the foul ball found its way back onto the field. Like the middle of the field. (3-2). Don't want to walk this man. Janisch will get a good piece of it. Left center. Heading for the bullpen, but Lombardozzi is there. Bernardino is right behind him. And a good range by Steve Lombardozzi. Playing next to Bryce Harper, he usually doesn't get a chance to make a play like that.
Well, I think communication was the key at the end of it. Now, usually that's a center fielder's ball, but you see Bernardino playing opposite field against Janisch, so he's in right center. That's all Lombardozzi. He was shifted over, and you see right there in traffic. Nice play. 2 hands. How often do you see a major league outfielder use 2 hands on a catch?
When his dad's a former major leaguer. Here's Randall Delgado, sacrificed first time. Quickly strike 2 after the foul ball. Lannon, when John gets a rhythm going, he works as fast as anybody you'll see.
Well, maybe some nerves in the first inning, then you settle down, and all of a sudden it's just another big league start for John. In the first inning, it's the Braves. It's your first start of the year. You got called up from AAA. Probably moving pretty fast. All of a sudden, the game's slowing down in the strike zone. And just another ball game.
I give John 6 ground ball outs because I count a double play as 2. Some don't.
Give him 7.
We'll give him 7. And then 2 outs now. So second time through the lineup, just 1 single and a hit batter this day in history. From Ocean City, Maryland, go to OCOcean.com, click on Summer of Thanks, special deals and discounts. The Fordham Flash, Frankie Frisch, first switch hitter to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he'll have some company about 5 years from now when a guy named Chipper joins him. Frankie Frisch, #1 all-time among switch hitters at 316. Pete Rose, 303. Robbie Alomar, 300. Lance Berkman, 299 coming into this year. And Chipper Jones coming into this season, 304. And he'll add another click to that if he keeps going like this. Bourne, little race to the bag here with LaRoche, who will tag him on the way by. So why go for the bag when you can get the runner 4 or 5 feet in front of the bag? And John Lannon, a nice 1-2-3 4th inning. Look at that kick by Abe, and look at Teddy go. He's running better on a consistent basis now than he ever has before, but he still hasn't broken the tape.
Well, he's feeling better since he got that knee replacement surgery, the double hip replacement surgery. All of a sudden, he's feeling pretty frisky.
Yeah, that's a different looking gait than that slow motion looking thing I've been watching for 6.5 years. Nats Live post-game concert series. So tonight's the second. Here's the third. And it comes after the Nats play the Mets on August 18th. Tickets start at $10. You have to have a game ticket for the concert. Go to nationals.com/concert. Some restrictions apply. Bet you Abe Lincoln couldn't beat Roger Bernardina. On a pitch up, lined to Michael Bourne in center, first time.
I'm still sticking with my call. Third Eye Blind should come out the first set dressed like umpires.
Ugla can't reach it. And Roger Bernardina has his 3rd hit of this series. And he's been pretty frisky on the bases as well once he gets to first. Nats have their 2nd base hit.
He just looks hitterish standing in the box. Even his takes are good. He's on everything. And you see him extending there on the heater, staying through it. And just another lousy single for Bernardina.
That's big ahead of Zimmerman.
Just seems like for about a month now, even off the bench or if he's starting, the majority of the at-bats have been on the barrel for Roger.
Yeah, batting average approaching 270 now. Inside to Ryan Zimmerman. Fly ball to right first time, 4 for 9 in this series.
A dangerous count to a dangerous hitter. He gets the fastball he's looking for right here. Look out.
Target away. They've been keeping it away from him. It's a matter of time before he takes one of those and plasters it off the scoreboard or over. Ryan's such a good right center field hitter. Bernardina starts, stops, and the ball's outside, 2-1.
Yeah, Delgado pretty quick to the plate. Averages around 1-2. Ross a good thrower. And let's just say he's 2-0 to second base, so that's 3-2. Pretty quick. And Roger Bernardina, above average runner, around a 3-3 on a steal. So right now the battery faster to the plate than Roger Bernardina would be to second base. But you add in a good jump, maybe some timing, you still have a chance.
Zimmerman saw a pitch in that he thought he could turn on, and the count's 2-2. David Ross, by the way, 6 for 16 caught stealing.
Yeah, pretty good movement on that 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Get to Nissan for the biggest savings under the sun. Nissan Summer Saving Days. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local Nissan dealer. They bring us the pitch track. Zimmerman corks one up the middle. Bernardina's going to challenge here. And when Bourne picks it up cleanly, back he goes. That's good base running. Go into there at second as hard as you can and make the turn. And the Nats, I think, for the first time today, either game, have 2 men on, nobody out, and that is correct.
A nice piece of hitting here by Zimmerman, right back up the middle, not trying to do too much. And watch Michael Bourne charge this ball hard, and that's what's going to stop Roger Bernardina. He knows he's got speed on first base. He knows there's a chance that Bernardina may go right in his face, but with no outs, that's a good decision by Bernardina. 1 out, maybe you force it a little bit, but down by 2, nobody out. Good read.
So here's Morse, who had the big day in Atlanta against Delgado. Bouncing ball to second tonight. Biggest play of the first game today. Nats were down 1-0, and in the bottom of the third with runners at first and third, 1 out. Ben Sheets fell behind Michael Morse 2-0 and got him to ground out on a 6-4-3 double play. Nats didn't do a whole lot the rest of the day. Inside, 1-1.
Waiting for that one big hit all day long. And these fans are locked and loaded and ready to cheer.
Looking for that one swing that will change the weekend. Big gap left center.
Well, we talk about it all the time with the Nationals and their success on the road. Why do they do so well away from home? Because of pitching. And I think when you talk about game 1, big crowd here, big weekend series, everybody ready to cheer. And what keeps people in their seats more than anything? Good pitching. So Ben Sheets came out, shut down the Nats in game 1, and really didn't give the crowd a chance to make the Braves feel the Nationals' home field advantage. A base hit right here, and you'll hear it get crazy loud in a hurry.
That ball was hanging upstairs, and Morse fouled it. 1-2.
You got a curveball up in the zone.
Ooh.
And I thought that maybe he thought it was going to break a little bit more. He was on it. It just didn't come down onto his barrel. David Ross talking to Delgado right now. He wanted that pitch a little bit higher. Tried to go elevator fastball right there, get Morse to chase, but that wasn't high enough. And I think he knows they got away with one.
Delgado's given up 8 home runs this year in 89 innings. And that's well struck, right field line, slicing and screaming into the seats. Wow, did he hit that ball hard.
And David Ross actually put his glove on the ground. I think he wanted Delgado to bounce this pitch. And another 2-strike mistake. It was supposed to be down. It was right out over the plate. You know, right before the pitch, Ross tapped his glove in the dirt saying, I want this ball down. Delgado left it up.
Yeah, there are no double play balls where that one was delivered. Target away. Morse goes on a breaking ball, and he's out. Huge strikeout for Delgado, his second of the game. One out here in the 4th. And Adam LaRoche, the former Brave, is next. And by the way, we haven't talked about this today, but we want to wish Xavier Nady all the best. Nats designated him for assignment this morning before the first game. And at the age of 33, hopefully he'll be able to hook on with somebody with that lively bat of his. Pretty much of a numbers game on this roster this week. Victims Rick Ankiel and Xavier Nady, 2 quality guys who we wish very well. In there to Adam LaRoche. Fly to left first time.
And that's hard, too. I mean, you go through the course of a season, you get used to the same 25 guys in the clubhouse. You know, Bryce Harper and Rick Ankiel very close. I mean, that's the guy that took Bryce under his wing and kind of show him the ropes at the major league level. And that's hard for a young player when the guy that's showing you how you're supposed to go about your business gets released.
Yeah. Xavier Nady was home in California, not expecting to play this year, hoping to, when he got a call from Mike Rizzo. About the second week of March, suddenly found himself on the other coast in Vieira, Florida. Hit a couple of big home runs for the Nats. 1 ball and 2 strikes to LaRoche, who needs contact here. And he'll get it on a double play ball. Double plays are killing the Nats in this series. 3 of them this afternoon, and a big one for the Braves to end the 4th inning tonight in a 2-0 game. .com. Check it out this weekend. John Lannon, rough start but he is going well right now. Chipper Jones, a big double in the first inning. Freeman, an RBI single. Braves jumped on him for 2 runs on 3 hits.
And Chipper Jones' first pitch fastball right down the middle, goes the other way. All the way to the gap. That scores Jason Hayward, who is running on the pitch. And then Freddie Freeman, who's been as hot as anybody recently, scores Chipper Jones with a single. And that's where we stand, 2-0 Braves.
John Lannon, 8 ground ball outs, including 2 on a double play. And Martin Prado leads off, top 5. He's hit 2 grounders tonight, pulling them both. Gets jammed. Ian Desmond doesn't have to move except his left arm. So John Lannon, 1 base hit given up since the leadoff man in the 2nd inning. So here we are in the 5th at Nationals Park. 2-0 Braves. They've out hit the Nats 5-3. Jason Hayward walked, scored, and has grounded out. Had a good hitter reaching there. Quickly 0-2. Five RBIs in the series for Chipper Jones.
That's a good pitch from Lannon right there for one reason. You got an 0-2 pitch, you stand a guy up. You set up that 1-2 slider down the way. Keep him from diving out across the plate.
There it is. Gets you a weak little ground ball. Danny Espinosa handles it. 6 in a row now for John Lannon. Check our league leaders from Engility. Your mission, our commitment. Visit engilitycorp.com. Career average, well, RBIs and everything else to go with it among switch hitters. Chipper's #1 all-time on the third baseman RBI list. He's passed George Brett and Michael Jack Schmidt. Just an amazing career. You know, and if you don't start being quiet about this guy, he's going to come back next year and torment us some more.
You're going to go all Brett Favre watch. 315, 9 home runs, 40 RBIs. I'm not retiring. Forget that.
Lannon's going to hit him. And Chipper doesn't appear real happy about that. Lannon's second hit batter tonight. Back in the 3rd inning, he hit Dan Ugla.
Trying to go fastball in. It cut a little bit on him. Cut so much it hit Chipper Jones right in the elbow.
Bringing in the red-hot Freddie Freeman.
I'm checking to see if there's a mark.
Maybe his elbow just told him, don't be Brett Favre.
When you talk about retiring, though, it's not about what he's doing in the game. It's the preparation for the season and the preparation for every game that gets you at the end of your career. You know, it's not so much when the bright lights are on at 7:05. It's getting the ballpark at 2 o'clock, having the motivation to get in that cage every single day, get your swing right. And in the offseason, get in shape to get to spring training, then spring training. So I don't think the games are a problem for Chipper Jones. It's just all the preparation that gets really tiresome and old at the end of your career. You know, when you're young, you're fired up. You're at the ballpark at 2 o'clock. You're jumping in that cage, taking a million swings. You're there every day for early hitting. You're taking ground balls. But at the end of your career, the reason most guys retire is because the cage can be right next to your locker. And sometimes it's hard to get in that cage.
It is raining again.
Shocker.
What's a Nats Braves game this weekend without rain? So Mother Nature has a 3-game hitting streak going this weekend. Hasn't been enough to really interrupt anything. It's just been a pain. And a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball skied. to short left center. Bernardina under it and getting there. That thing died in a hurry out there, and the Shark had to cover some ground. Look out, Davy Johnson. Down he goes, but he's right back up, and we'll give him an assist.
Nothing like the theme song from Card Sharks to get you fired up for a ball game.
Yeah, that's part of our new Masson CD we're putting out. Famous in-bump music from our television truck somewhere out in center field. Not available in stores. Here's how to order.
Match game PM. What was that music?
I don't know, but I have this uncontrollable desire to go home and see my teddy bear. Bottom of the fifth inning, Desmond Espinoza and Sandy Leon. It's showering again at the ballpark. And as you enjoy a cold one, a reminder to look forward to Miller time. Later in the game, it's brought to you by Miller Lite. On the Dick Clark American Bandstand show, they would have given that a 68. It's hard to dance to. Ian Desmond leads off bottom of the fifth. Keeping us entertained until some offense. Get some guys touching home plate here. Ian pulled the ball to third. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Nats have 3 hits. Randy Delgado, 60 pitches, 40 strikes through 4.
Surprised Wink Martindale isn't leading off this inning.
Well, this would be a tough hair night for him with the rain coming down. Oh, boy. Desmond in this series, 2 for 9. Way outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Off speed, and Ian Desmond does the splits, trying to make contact with that.
The fastball's been good from Delgado, but that changeup is the pitch that I think has the Nats hitters scratching their head tonight.
And we're talking a big MPH difference in those two as well, aren't we?
Yeah, and it looks exactly the same as the fastball. No difference in arm speed. The movement's the same. It's a lofty comparison, but it reminds me of Pedro Martinez.
Desmond looking to drive the ball to right. It'll back up Hayward just a bit. Couple of steps short of the track for the first out. Take the Nats with you everywhere you go, even if you're out of this market. MLB.tv. Every game live online on your favorite device in HD quality. To order or for more details, visit Nationals.com. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Eddie Espinoza fouled out to Chipper Jones first time. Last inning, the Nats had 2 on, nobody out, a strikeout, and a double play ball. Put an end to that in an instant. And Delgado's cruising here. Pretty good looking pitch. Ball one. Marlins, by the way, are at Pittsburgh tonight, trading early runs. Justin Ruggiano hit a home run in the top of the fourth inning to tie that game at 1, his 7th of the year. And the Nats with activity in the bullpen. Henry Rodriguez, who quite honestly had a nightmare in the first game. Davey Johnson pulled him after he gave up a base hit, a walk, a wild pitch, and a double steal. Ryan Matthews came in, put out an 8th inning fire. But then Chipper hit that homer in the 9th inning, and a 2-run game became 4-0, and the Nats went quietly into the late afternoon.
Randy Knorr just told Bryce Harper to get loose. He took his sweatshirt off. He's going down. He's probably going to hit for John Lannon.
Well, the Nats get a base runner, which may get it down to that number 9 spot. First walk issued by Delgado, bringing in Sandy Leon.
I think in Davey Johnson's defense, he has to take a shot at any kind of offense he can get if the opportunity presents itself here in the bottom of the 5th. So if Leon reaches and there's a chance to drive in some runs, it might be the end of the night for John Lannon,
who is on deck at the moment. Leon flied to right, first time up. There's a base hit. Espinosa had to hold up to avoid being hit by that ball. John Lannon looks back into the dugout.
Davey Johnson just gave the hold sign to Bryce Harper, who's down in the tunnel.
Maybe he likes Lannon bunting here to get runners to second and third for Lombardozzi, who comes out on deck.
And I think maybe Bryce was going to be the guy with one runner on to go for the 2-run homer kind of thing. And now, after a good swing from Sandy Leon, runners on first and second, 1 out. It's up to John Lannon to get the bunt down somewhere in the vicinity of Chipper Jones.
And the other fact that Lannon's pitching well suddenly. 1 base hit in the last 3 innings, 2 hits in the last 4. Not like it's 4-0 or 5-0, but the tying runs are on base. John Lannon is a major league hitter, 18 sacrifice bunts. Base hit, first time up tonight. Nice setup, beautiful bunt. 1-4 on the sacrifice, and that's getting the job done right there on the very first pitch. John Lannon's had a perfect night at the plate.
Randall Delgado got off the mound quick, and I thought that he had intentions of throwing to third base right here. Perfect form by Lannon. Get the bat out in front, set the angle, catch it like it's a glove, deaden it, first bounce in the dirt. Nice job. Because of the speed of Espinosa on second base, Delgado had no chance. So now the game falls into Lombardozzi's hands, who's had some clutch hits in this homestand.
You've described him as an RBI machine a couple of times in this stand so far. He has 2 RBIs in this series. And against the Mets, he drove in 3. Have the Nats found their leadoff guy? Time will tell. There's a little help on a wild pitch. Washington's on the board. Espinosa comes rattling home. And over to third base, Sandy Leon.
Yeah, curveball in the dirt from Delgado, nowhere near. I don't think David Ross had any chance at this one. That's about a 55-foot off-speed pitch from Delgado. Tried to backhand it as an emergency. Good read by Espinosa. And that's the break the Nats have been looking for in this whole series, especially today.
First time they've scored a run since the Espinosa home run in the 9th inning last night. Braves shut him out this afternoon. Now a chance to tie it. Inside, 2-1. Very important pitch to turn that count around.
There's so many stats in baseball. I'd love to see how many runs the Nats have scored this year on wild pitches. I'll guarantee you it leads baseball. And I know it does from a walk-off standpoint.
Lombardozzi will pull it to the right side. Dan Uggla will handle it. Washington settles for one. Finally on the board for the first time in about a game and a half. So after 5 here in the nightcap, Braves on top 2-1. Falling steadily, and for solutions that help you achieve your financial goals, PNC Bank. For the achiever in you, Jason Worth rehabbing down the road in Potomac tonight, actually in Woodbridge. The Potomac Nationals 1 for 3 with an RBI single, and Jason Carnes on the mound has a no-hitter going, or Nathan Carnes, pardon me. Did Jason Worth offer him a car or something? We'll see. Well, exciting stuff.
That's the best news I've heard all day right there.
Well, Worth was supposed to go down there last night. The weather was a concern, so he stayed here, but he's down there this evening. Meanwhile, John Lannon goes out for a 6th inning of work. 78 pitches, 48 strikes. Dan Uggla goes up chopping. He's walked and been hit by a pitch. And the Braves have bunched their scoring into the first inning. Hayward walked with 2 outs after a double play. Chipper drove him in. Freeman drove in Jones. And only 2 hits since then. And a little chopper. Lannon will grab it, turn, and fire. Nicely done. Amazing that after a first inning like that, John Lannon is 2 outs away from what would be considered a quality start.
Good play by Lannon. No panic right here. Nice little pickup. Oh, nice little play and a low throw by LaRoche.
Get it anywhere near that bag. That man will catch it. David Ross fly balls to center and left, 0 for 2. Lannon ahead.
And that's a pitch John wasn't getting early in the game, but because he's been working quick, throwing strikes, all of a sudden Chad Fairchild looking for strikes because of the command and the tempo of Lannon.
That was his 10th ground ball out a moment ago, by the way. This is vintage John Lannon now.
That curveball, 73 miles an hour, pull the string. Whoop.
Joe Lula bringing the heat and the flavor and the breaking ball. David Ross just to slow things down with the rain falling, stepping out to gather himself. Nobody wants an at-bat going this quickly. Lannon makes him swing. Here's another ground ball out if Zimmerman's on target. 2 down.
Whenever you see Zimmerman on the run and you see lots of elbows and kneecaps, you know the throw is going to be right on the money. He'd rather field the ball on the run than stationary. Underhand throw, little flip, something on it. Perfect strike to LaRoche.
Paul Janisch has hit the ball hard twice. Once a double, and then he almost had another one out into that Bermuda Triangle at the end of the left field bullpen. Lombardozzi ran it down. That ball ripped to Zimmerman. Backhand play. John Lannon, 3 ground ball outs, 12 in the game, and the Nats coming up. Bernardina, Zimmerman, Morse. John Lannon has turned the momentum of this evening around. Can the Nats do it with the bats now to get back even or go ahead? Nationals single game tickets are on sale. I mean, all kinds of pricing and location varieties around Nationals Park. Some of them as low as $10 per game. Tickets available for the 1:35 game tomorrow. The Nats are gone for a week, then back against the Phillies and the Marlins on the next homestand, continuing this long, intense stretch against the National League East. Box score, not a whole lot in there until the 3rd inning when Lannon got a base hit. Bernardina, Zimmerman singles in the 4th. A double play squelched that. But Danny Espinosa walked to lead off the 5th. Leon moved him with a base hit. So did Lannon with a sacrifice, and then the wild pitch. So no RBIs today for the home team in either game. Bernardina, Zimmerman, and Morse hoping to change that. Rogers having a good series, 3 for 7. "74 pitches, 47 strikes for Randall Delgado. Ball popped up and over the screen. July. Good one for the Shark. And a bouncer to even the count, 1-1. Pirates making noise at home. They have scored 3 in the 4th against the Marlins to lead them 4-3 or 4-1, pardon me. That's against Carlos Zambrano. Bernardina, and another one to the hit column. And now, for the 2nd time in 3 innings, his speed is aboard as the leadoff man.
Have a day. Roger Bernardina comes off the bench in game 1 because of the injury to Bryce Harper. 2 for 3 with a stolen base. And here he goes again in game 2. 2 for 3. First at bat was a bullet to center field. So Another barrel job for Roger Bernardina, and that's with their leadoff man on here in the 6th in a 1-run game.
That side replay showed you what a good last-second adjustment he made to that pitch. Just bumped it up the middle. Here's Zimmerman, who took one up the middle last time. Now that Bernardina is the tying run, may be more inclined to run, but as FP noted a couple of innings ago, Delgado's been quick to the plate, and he has a very good, reliable veteran catcher at the other end. Bernardina, a steal today. He's 10 of 11 on the year. Not what you would call a big lead for him.
And Christina with a really good report in the first game about Roger Bernardina changing bats. Well, Mark DeRosa suggested that he goes to a smaller bat. And you might be wondering, what's the advantage? Well, you can control the bat through the strike zone better. You know, you have a big bat. Sometimes you lose track of where it's at. And the barrel has a tendency maybe to drop in the strike zone, and you hit more fly balls. You go to a shorter bat, a lighter bat, you get on top of things, you can control it through the strike zone, and it's made a huge difference for Roger.
So a matter of control and weight.
And you know, it's like playing pepper. You get a big heavy bat, it's tough to control. You get a lighter, shorter bat, it's easier to control through the strike zone.
Zimmerman takes a close one, and the count's 1-2.
And I guess the obvious question would be, well, why do you use a heavy bat in the first place? Well, number one, you get used to it. Number two, you know, the bigger bat you use, the farther the ball goes. You know, the more dense the wood is, the more wood you're using. But I think in Roger's case, distance is irrelevant. You just want to control that thing.
Bernardina running. Zimmerman up the middle. Ugla fumbles, and Zimmerman is safe.
What a great effort by Ryan Zimmerman to get in there.
Diving to elude the tag. And Ugla came within an eyelash of turning a double play. As it turns out, he gets neither.
And Ugla had plenty of time to get Ryan. He was playing him up the middle. Robbed him of a base hit in the first game because of the shift. Look where he's playing him to pull. You know, this should be right up the middle. Ugla fields it on the shortstop side. Safe at second. He's still got time right there. And what a read by Zimmerman at first base. And this is just textbook. Throw goes up, you go down as a runner. For you kids at home, whenever you see a first baseman leave his feet, it's automatic that you slide. You know, sliding into first isn't faster, but when the first baseman jumps, you know his foot's not going to be on the bag, so you try to create as much distance as possible from the tag. So throw goes up, you go down. Great job right there on the backside from Ryan Zimmerman.
Here's Moore's tying run at second base. They give Zimmerman a hit, as they should have. That ball was really scorched. Ugla was moving to second because the runner was. So it's been frustrating all day. The Nats have to start taking advantage of these opportunities, and they've got the guy in there to do it. Michael Morse 0 for 2 with a ground ball and a strikeout. And he is hit. Hope he's okay. The bases are loaded.
And I think that was a changeup from Delgado. Got away. He got inside of this pitch, 82 miles an hour. Got the backhand of Morse. And just like that, leadoff single by Bernardina, infield single by Zimmerman. Michael Morse with the hit by pitch, bases loaded, nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Roger McDowell on his way to the mound. They haven't taken the tarp off the whole bullpen mound, but half of it, and Christian Martinez is using it. Braves bullpen, by the way, in this series has been outstanding. They kept the Nats at bay last night after the early explosion to allow Washington or Atlanta to come back on Washington, and then they shut down the Nats again this afternoon.
Yeah, the whole ball club playing hard all season long, but that guy right there all day today, the tag play at home, the dive into first base, and you could make the argument that that's a guy that's been waiting his whole career as a national for a series just like this, and he is going all out, folks. Did it in the first game today, and right here going to first base. Sees a throw up. I don't think you do that in April, but in a big series in July against the team that's chasing you, he won the first 2 games of the series. Ryan Zimmerman playing as hard as anybody in baseball.
I love the roll to the right so his body wouldn't come down on that bag, because that thing could hurt you. That's a strike to LaRoche. What a great replay, guys. They had him in this series 2 for 11. Tying runs at third base. Nobody out. Right off the end of the bat, quickly 0-2. Lately, in situations like this, the Nats have been hitting a lot of ground balls. Just love a fly ball somewhere that could score a run and move another guy up. LaRoche stuck on 55 RBIs for most of the week. Fastball way up. Bernardina singled to lead off the inning. Then the Zimmerman effort. Michael Moore's hit by a changeup. Braves playing back with a 1-run lead. Changeup strikes out LaRoche. What a pitch by the 22-year-old right-hander to pull the string on a good hitter.
Yeah, usually a 22-year-old in a high-stress situation will go harder rather than softer. You know, young guys want to blow it by guys when the bases are loaded and nobody out. Delgado very mature right there, and a 2-strike count goes to the best pitch he's had all night, the changeup.
Pitch Track brought to you by Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology and responsive solutions to our government customers. Ian Desmond 0 for 2 tonight. A little more urgency now. That's outside. And Delgado went changeup on the first pitch to a fastball hitter.
And check out Bourne. He's in right center. Left center open for business. That's 3 runs if you shoot that gap. Prado playing him to pull, but Bourne playing him opposite. Huge gap in left center.
Outside again.
And that being said, obviously the Braves are testing Desmond away.
And the count becomes huge right here.
That's a guy that likes to hit with the bases loaded. 452, 28 RBIs over his career.
Has a 2-run hit against Delgado this year. And after a long pause, he misses 3-0.
Good take by Desmond. I mean, you're amped up, bases loaded. You want to do something big for your ball club. You find yourself in a 2-0 count. You take a borderline pitch. That's a good take. Let's see if Delgado has enough confidence in that changeup to throw it in a 3-1 count. Bases loaded, 3-1, 1 out, 1-run game. Do you go to it right here? Do you stick with the heat?
Desmond right side. Freeman for 1. That's okay. The game is tied. Bernardina in. 2-2 ball game. Ian Desmond, 53rd RBI. He's approaching the team lead in that department. And now Danny Espinosa could make it a huge inning.
You see the look on Desmond's face. He's happy to get the run in, but in a 3-1 count, he was probably looking to do a little more damage. Davey Johnson asking him if he's okay after that swing.
First RBI of the day by the Nats. Danny Espinosa 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in this one. In the series, 3 for 10 with an RBI. '81 first pitch changeup. Brandon Delgado showing us something here.
He got a good changeup, not afraid to throw it, but with first base open and 2 outs. Leon on deck, who singled his last time up. Danny Espinosa might have a little protection right here in the form of the Nats catcher, who's had some good at-bats tonight.
Started this inning at 74 pitches. 20 pitches later, the game's tied. He's due to bat first in the 7th as Christian Martinez continues to work in left field. Zimmerman third base, Morse at second. Inside to Danny Espinosa, 2-1.
Not necessarily a fastball count with first base open. But on the other side of that, it's tough for a hitter to get off the fastball and sit soft when you're ahead. You sit changeup right here, and he throws a fastball right down the middle. You'll be kicking yourself all night long.
Gets a generous call on the inside. Counts even 2-2.
It's just that front hip sinker.
Yeah, according to the pitch track, perfect pitch. The ball barely tipping the corner. Tom Gorzolani working in the Nats bullpen. Washington trying to go ahead for John Lannon here. And staring right at Zimmerman, Delgado steps off. Espinosa, the 6-man to bat. Catcher Sandy Leon is next. And the 2-2 pulled foul.
So it's been exclusively fastball change in this at-bat. And you wonder if Delgado has confidence to throw that curveball to Espinosa with a go-ahead run on third base, the one he threw away for a wild pitch earlier in this game. And David Ross going to go out there and talk to his right-hander. Let's see if he puts down a sign. A lot of time the Nationals catchers will go out there, especially in a big situation after a runner's been standing on second base for a while, thinking that maybe he has the sequence of signs, either change up the signs or just talk about it right there and say, hey, we're going no sign right here. Just throw the pitch. What do you want to throw?
Quite a battle here between two teams at the top of the East, a game and a half apart. Bottom of the 6th, 2-2. Also the count as Espinosa waits.
No sign.
Another changeup and Espinosa strikes out. The Nats have stranded 5 base runners, but they've tied the game into the 7th. On to the 7th inning, but the story of this one, to me, is John Lannon, the way he has turned his night around and kept this game reasonable so the guys could come back and tie it.
Yeah, game moving fast for him in the first inning. Gave up a couple of runs, but the salty veteran that he is just settles down, finds the strike zone, gets a good tempo going, and letting his defense work behind him. And he's also helped himself out of the plate. Base hit his first time up, big sacrifice bunt his second time up.
And he does it doing what John Lannon does when he's going well, and that's getting the ground ball outs. I mean, he's not going to overpower anybody, but the double play early and then all the grounders since.
And I think in order to get those ground balls, he had to slow himself down a little bit, keep his front side closed, maybe in a little bit of a hurry in the first inning. He likes to work at a fast tempo, but early on maybe flying open, ball up in the zone, but after the first, keeping that front side closed, keeping the ball down, and throwing lots of strikes, keeping his defense in the game.
Juan Francisco played third base this afternoon for the Braves and went 2 for 4. He bats for Randall Delgado here in the top of the 7th. Bourne and Prado to follow, and John Lannon slips one under his bat. Francisco is a pinch hitter this year, 3 for 26 with a home run. Lannon gets ahead. And John Lannon goes strikeout mode for the second time tonight. 1 out, 7th inning.
A pretty good curveball for the kill pitch. A couple of off-speed pitches before that. 85 miles an hour goes curveball in the dirt. And Francisco can't hold up.
Lannon working quickly now ahead of Michael Bourne, who bunted for a base hit to start the ball game, was doubled up a moment later. Strikeout and ground ball since. John Lannon's due to bat second in the bottom of the 7th, and he will be greeted with open arms if he can get into the dugout with the score tied here. That's up and away, 2-1. Two-2 pitch with 1 out. He goes fastball and gets a foul ball. John Lannon starting this inning with 85 pitches. Numbers not that overwhelming at Syracuse. 6-9 with a 4.89 ERA in 18 starts. Swing and a miss. Suddenly in the 7th inning, turning into a strikeout pitcher. Second time he has rung up Bourne tonight.
And I think he went changeup right there, 87 miles an hour. He threw a couple of pitches to Francisco. I was trying to decide whether they're two-seam fastballs or changeups. They were both 85 miles an hour. And sometimes lefties don't throw other lefties changeups, but it looks like Lannon is right there. That one for the kill pitch.
$37 to the Children's Inn at National Institutes of Health for every strikeout by a Nationals pitcher this season. Thank you, Washington area Toyota dealers. Martin Prado, 2 ground balls and a line drive to short. You talk about some efficient innings. John Lannon, 7 pitches, 3 ground balls in the 6th. Now 2 Ks and ahead 0-2 here in the 7th.
This is where the crowd has to get on their feet and say, you know what, after the first inning, you've been unbelievable. 2 outs, 2 strikes. Top of the 7th, great tempo, pounding the strike zone.
Text your friends. Tell them to pretend it's a concert and to stand up. Desmond grabs it. Quick throw. Yes. Now they'll stand for John Lannon. Welcome back to the big leagues, big fella from Long Island. And the Nats go to the 7th inning stretch thanks to their gutsy left-hander tonight. swagger back. Steve McCaddy can't give John Lannon a big enough hug for what he's done tonight. Jair Jurgens, 3-3 with a 6 ERA, has been a struggle for him this year. Ross Detwiler looking for his 5th win. Last time against the Mets, no runs on 5 hits in 7 innings as the Nats beat them on Tuesday night. We'll get you going with Johnny and Ray, 1 p.m. Nats Extra from the ballpark. John Lannon, 98 pitches, 65 strikes here tonight. "13 ground ball outs."
That just has to feel good for him, huh? You spend the whole year in AAA, you get called up. One of the biggest starts of your career happens to be your first start of the 2012 season against the Braves, and you go out there after the first inning and absolutely deal.
No hits after the 3rd. How about that?
And the first pitch, changeup from Christian Martinez, probably his best pitch. Throws it 30% of the time. Fastball in the upper 80s, changeup in the low 80s.
Sandy Leon with Mark DeRosa to pinch hit for Lannon. By the way, John Lannon, one more note, retired 13 of the last 14 batters he faced. Leon rips it. This kid's got some bat. A lot like Jonathan Solano, and there's DeRosa, who will pinch hit in a moment. Two and two to Sandy Leon. 3 for 8 as a big league hitter. And that time, Martinez had him out ahead of a changeup, but he managed to get a little swipe at it. Now Bryce Harper. Chris Davies said if it goes to 2 and 2, you're in there. Switching right in the middle of the AB. Leon pulls it, fair ball, and it hits the bag, and the Nats will get a base hit out of it. Well, when you see something like that, maybe your fortunes are turning around.
Another good at-bat from Leon. And you're thinking, well, it hit the base, maybe the Braves caught a break because that would have been a double, but I'm thinking Freddie Freeman, who's caught everything hit his way this series, maybe all season long, would have had that.
So Harper has gone back into the dugout, and it looks like Mark DeRosa is back out.
Well, I thought he put DeRosa out there initially because righties are hitting 330 off Martinez and lefties just 225. The reason? I think right-handers don't see the changeup. Martinez fastball slider to righties and fastball changeup to lefties. So on the right side of the plate takes away his best pitch, and that's the change.
And the other thing about this, Mark DeRosa, do you really want Bryce Harper bunting? You'd rather save that bat for a big swing at some point.
No, we saw how that worked out in game 1.
Not after he hurt himself, so DeRosa could be laying one down here, and the kind of veteran you trust with something like that. As they threw over, and maybe this is the Wiley DeRosa veteran influence, he did not slide his hand up the bat at all to tip off to the Braves it might be a bunt. Now he'll square. He'll pop it and check it up on the ground. Perfectly done. Sacrifice 1-4. How about the number 9 spot tonight? With Lannon and DeRosa, a base hit and 2 first pitch sacrifices executed.
A good fundamental baseball tonight offensively from the Nationals.
Dugout loves that sort of thing.
Like I've been doing it my whole life, boys. Nothing to it. Secret weapon, go up there and lay down a pinch bunt.
It's Mark DeRosa's first sacrifice bunt this year, and the 15th of his major league career. So it's something he hasn't been called on to do that much.
That's probably why there was all those smiles from him in the dugout.
All right, 2 shots to take the lead with Lombardozzi first. And then the hot Roger Bernardina. Lombardozzi 0 for 3 in this game, having a tough day. He's 0 for 7 in the doubleheader.
Martinez is a sinker ball guy. Lombardozzi likes the ball down. If he can lay off that changeup and get himself a fastball down the zone, this is a good matchup for him. Likes the ball low.
Gorzolani still throwing, and then if the Nats take the lead, Sean Burnett. Gorzolani if it's still 2-2. '81 on the change. That ball not too far foul. Two ball game. Nats with single tallies in the 5th and the 6th. Leadoff man aboard this time for the 3rd time in the last 4 innings. Lombardozzi will pop it up. Early call by Prado. 2 outs. It's up to Roger Bernardina. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Bob Carpenter, F.P. Santangelo, Christina Acra, Nationals Parks, and the nightcap of a day-night doubleheader. Has been a long day here. Nats trying to win the first game of this series for them. Bernardina, base hit. Here comes Leon. Roger Bernardina has done it again. 3-2 Washington. Three consecutive hits by Roger.
2 in the first game, 3 in the second game, 5 hits in the doubleheader. None bigger than that one for the Shark. Gets a first pitch changeup, almost like he was sitting on it. Stayed back, barreled it up once again. And you thought with the arm of Hayward in right field and the catcher Leon running, there might be a play at the plate. Good jump by Leon. Pretty good speed and a nice job on the back end of Bernardina being heads up to get into scoring position. 5 hits in 2 games. That's a good week for a lot of guys. I guess you could call that Shark Week.
2 out hits and now a wild pitch. That ball's all over the place. Bernardina thought about rounding third, but on the third base side, way too close.
Oh, he could have had it if he went. He just didn't know the ball was right there in that little crease by the gate. Took a big turn around third, and there's no way he could see that. David Ross reached 2 or 3 times for the ball. Bernardina keeps going. He's safe. A good jump right here, and there's no way that he can see what it's about to happen. That ball getting away, just right on the cement, and Ross couldn't get to it.
Bernardina, by the way, hitting .278 with his 3 for 4 tonight. He broke an 0 for 14 by the Nats today in this doubleheader with runners in scoring position. Zimmerman takes a changeup in there. SunTrust takes us inside the numbers. What Ryan's done since he had that 2-hit game in Baltimore and then went crazy at Coors. And these Atlanta pitchers, when in trouble, keep going soft.
Yeah, bet fastball, got the slider.
Ryan 2 for 3 tonight. His batting average flirting with .270. And a little tapper that had him reaching to stay alive. Roger Bernardino now in this series 5 out of 9. Doing some late game scoring, runs in 3 consecutive innings. Up and away to Ryan, counts even 2-2.
Five out of 9 in the series. He's 5 for 7 today.
Zimmerman off to the right side. Oh, for a 2-run lead or more going into the 8th. Hayward, Jones, and Freeman, 3, 4, 5 due up for the Braves. So it's huge that the Nats have taken the lead here. Pretty good battle. Ryan's getting nasty pitched here, and he keeps getting a piece of it to stay in there.
I believe it was the 8th pitch of the at-bat last night that Ryan homered on, and this is pitch number 8 right here.
To the count. And Zimmerman pops it up. Right side, Freddie Freeman. But another good inning for the Nats, picking them up one at a time to forge a 3-2 lead into the 8th. .com today, why more people choose the Cox bundle. Roger Bernardino, a huge night and a big day. 5 hits in the doubleheader. Chipper Jones up to his usual tricks with 5 RBIs in the series. And John Lannon, the story of the night, 7 great innings, getting the ball now to Sean Burnett. But how about Lannon giving up 2 runs on 5 hits through 7?
Pretty good opening day for John, wouldn't you say? Strikes out Bourne on a curveball. And he gets Francisco right there on another one. Change up to Michael Bourne. And then how about this little 6-3 put out to end the night for John Lannon. I'll tell you what, it is wildest dreams. That's exactly how he figured it was going to go tonight. I mean, you talk about one start. I mean, that's a lot of pressure on a guy. It's not like he got called up. You don't know if he's going to stay or not. So he has one shot at it. After losing the first 2 of the series, you wondered how he'd react.
And after that first inning, could have been a disaster. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, you might be playing tomorrow for a salvage of a game. Danny Espinosa goes to shortstop. He and Desmond evidently out of the game. DeRosa's in left, and Lombardozzi would go to second base. UPS call to the bullpen. UPS Store, we love logistics. They package the call to the pen, and it's Sean Burnett against Jason Hayward.
And a fastball slider change from Burnett. The fastball's been the pitch, 2-seam fastball. And throwing it for strikes all season long. When you look at his numbers from last year, he's throwing the fastball 77% of the time this year. And last year, just 66%. And it's because he's had so much success with it. Hasn't thrown the change that much, just fastball slider.
Well, the fact that Desmond was hurt coming out of the All-Star break and really going into the break to a certain extent, and Lombardozzi and Espinosa had to play up the middle together, serves them well in this late game situation. Swing and a miss. Sean Burnett takes care of Jason Hayward.
And a 2-seam fastball, 89 miles an hour, everything into Hayward. Look at the sequence. Pound him in.
Huge. Sean walked him in a crucial situation late game last night. Takes care of business right there, and he faces Chipper Jones, who goes up hacking.
And we had that shot of Ian Desmond after his at-bat in the 6th inning where he tapped out to first base in a 3-1 count. Got the RBI, walking past Davey Johnson, and Davey asked him, "Are you okay?" 2 games in 1 day with a sore obliques, a big load for Ian Desmond.
And you appreciate Ian's honesty. If he said, "Yes, Skipper, get me out." No balls and 2 strikes to Chipper Jones. Started the hands, held the bat back. Two balls, 2 strikes. (9-0) win for the Potomac Nationals tonight. Nathan Karn's coming up big. There was a no-hitter going on for 8 innings. Jason Worth playing for them. Check him out at PotomacNationals.com. You never know who from D.C. might show up in a P-Nats uniform. Breaking ball stays outside. 3-2 to Chipper.
Jason Worth, Chad Tracy. Can you bet on A-ball game?
Some of the varsity showed up. Chipper just got a piece of it. Jones is 7 of 13 career against Sean Burnett, including a hit last night. You want to be a late game reliever? Tonight you get to face 3 guys. And last night you didn't retire any of them. Sean's taking care of Hayward. Chipper to short. Backhand Espinosa. Watch this gun.
Wow.
Bang! 2 outs.
Hey, go to the backhand side. It must be nice to have that in your back pocket. Time for the Home Depot doing more on defense. Let's make a Danny Espinosa right there. Check out the hose, folks. Go to the backside, stand up, plant throw. That's some pretty good arm strength from the hole from Danny Espinosa. Stand up and show the hose.
Freddie Freeman is next. And that one-hopper screams into the Nats dugout. Freeman tonight, 2 more hits, trying to start another hitting streak. 5 hits in this series and 13 at bats. And then he hits himself with that one, 0-2. Sean Burnett looks like a different guy tonight. By the way, the Nats have Michael Morse leading off the bottom of the 8th. And the Beast still looking for his first hit tonight. Funny looking defensive swing by Freeman.
I mean, you have to be hot as a hitter. Davey Johnson, about 3 assists in the Nats dugout tonight.
Davey, don't be afraid to pull the hands back.
We'll get that old second base picker on, Davey.
And by the way, the pitcher spot is due up third. That's why Bryce Harper is hanging out with the manager. He's like, I'm batting after LaRoche, aren't I?
Got the gloves on, ready to rock and roll. How about the pitches Freddie Freeman's fouling off? You have to be locked in.
He looks like a cricket player right now.
You have to be locked to foul these pitches off. If you're not, you swing right through them.
Breaking ball a little bit low, 2-2. And he goes soft at 83 and misses, full count. You can't just throw it down the middle, but with Ugla on deck representing the lead run. Time to go after Freeman here with your best pitch. Sean will do it, handcuffing him inside. So Burnett, all 3 of these guys got on base against him last night. He gets Hayward on a strikeout, Jones on a grounder, Freeman striking out. 3-2 Nats.
And that's 3 Braves, 2 go to the bottom of the 8th. And just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, Shark Week, maybe a little bit early. Maybe tonight. How about the night for Roger Bernardino? The big clutch hit to score Sandy Leone to put his ball club up. And he's just been doing it all. 3 hits in the second game, 2 hits in the first game, 5 for 7 in the doubleheader. And yep, Shark Week's a little bit early this year.
Somebody from the Shark Channel hacked into our transmission. Was that a subliminal message, or did I really see that? So here's Morse swinging and fouling one, bottom of the 8th underway.
Shark Week starts August 12th, but maybe it starts in Washington a little bit early. For a minute there, I thought it was the mutant fish race in Miami.
Morris, LaRoche, and probably Harper for Burnett. Outside to Michael Morse, 1 ball, 1 strike. Despite 0 for 2 tonight, still 4 for 11 with 3 RBIs in this series. Christian Martinez has had trouble with Big Mike. So he keeps the breaking ball soft away, 2-1. Adam LaRoche hitless tonight. Pitcher spot due up after that. Morse pulls it hard. A chipper to his left. Ball kind of popped right up into his glove, and he is so calm over there. Nothing hurries that guy. Well, when the Nats hit a home run, they haven't done that today. Your Washington area Lexus dealers donate $200 to the Children's National Medical Center. The Nats are sitting on 98 home runs this year. So thanks to our Washington Lexus dealers. Adam LaRoche, and then a guy with a hockey mentality. X-rays several hours ago on his ankle, and here he is ready to pinch hit Bryce Harper. Mets have lost today. Phillies have lost this evening. Marlins are trailing at Pittsburgh, and the Nats lead the Braves. Change-up, dives low and away. Two balls, two strikes. Tyler Clippard for the ninth. Crowd looking for some one-out action, bottom of the eighth. And a 3-2, and another off-speed pitch strikes out Adam LaRoche.
A change up again for Martinez. Everything down the zone, see the sequence. LaRoche betting fastball, got the change.
Big ovation for Bryce Harper. Oh for 1 today before, well, in the process of hurting himself on the bunt. Bryce was 0 for 5 last night with a walk and a run scored. He's thinking, drive it somewhere, try to make it 4-2. And now it's no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Davey's been talking about it for a couple of weeks now. Bryce has seen fastballs in, change-ups away, making him aware of that heater on the inner half, and then going soft away late.
He'll stroke a base hit, taking what they give him, and he'll round first and stay there with 2 down. That'll get Danny Espinosa to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th.
Let's watch the hustle, see how the foot is doing. Bryce Harper gets a change-up away, slap it in the hole. A little limp, a little hitch in the giddy up, but a base hit will make that thing feel a lot better. He also could have been setting a trap right here to steal a base with 2 outs.
Anthony Varvaro is throwing for the Braves. He has not appeared in the series. He's the only one of their relievers we have not seen the first 2.5, not more than 2.5 games now this series. Danny Espinosa 0 for 2 with a walk.
It's a good sign for Bryce Harper right there, letting the changeup get deep, going the other way with it, not out in front, not thinking about the first two pitches in the sequence that were hard in. Well, get deep, go the other way.
Remember when he first came up, everything was away. He got his hits. Then they tried to jam him and he started hitting home runs. He's got to start that whole cycle over again now.
And you can tell by the lead he has at first base that he has absolutely zero interest in stealing here with 2 outs. Very close to the bag.
Espinosa got a pitch 89 to work with. Couldn't get over the top of it. Severe damage and a check swing foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bryce Harper, a couple of pinch hits this year. At the day off in Boston, he walked and scored a big run late in that game. Comes in here the second time as a pinch hitter tonight. Slaps a single to left. He's thinking this pinch hitting thing's a breeze.
Yeah, so 1 for 1 officially. I don't like his chances of catching Manny Mota someday. He's running, pitches up, throws up, Harper safe. And for Bryce Harper, his 12th stolen base in 15 attempts.
He did set a trap, limped into first base, no lead at all, and all of a sudden rips a bag. Big stolen base for the Nationals and Bryce Harper. So that was a little ambush. After limping off the field, limping to first base, Bryce says, you know what? I'm feeling pretty frisky after that knock. I'm going to rip a bag.
Nats a base hit away from doubling their lead. 2-2 to Espinosa. Danny, base hit right field. Here comes Harper. He is safe. The Nats lead 4-2.
Another clutch 2-out knock from Danny Espinosa. And Bryce Harper with a little instant offense off the bench. Base hit, stolen base. Then another big base hit off the bat of Danny Espinosa. Harper's homeboys loving it. Everybody on the bench loving it. Espinosa got a hanging changeup right out over the plate. Jason Hayward charges it hard. He's got a good arm, but no match for the speed of Bryce Harper, who goes limping into the Nats dugout.
Well, it's about time the Nats were able to do something with all these off-speed pitches. They've knocked Christian Martinez out. Sandy Leon coming up, and he has 2 hits tonight. All on Masson, brought to you by Dodge. Go to Dodge.com or visit your local Dodge dealer this weekend. And by Verizon Fios Quantum Speed Internet, twice as fast as anything America has ever seen. So the Nats with some 2-out, nobody on base lightning here in the bottom of the 8th. Harper ignites it. Espinosa finishes it off. And maybe they're not done yet. Sandy Leon is 2 for 3. And he bats against right-hander Anthony Varvaro.
A 3-pitch guy. Fastball, curveball change. Pretty good curve.
Leon takes a fastball on the corner. 27-year-old right-hander picked up on waivers from Seattle January of last year. That's got a glimpse of him in the series down in Georgia.
Live arm, pretty good fastball, curveball change combination. But we were impressed with the heat down in Atlanta, not with the weather, but from Varvaro. Good fastball.
And he goes breaking ball, misses low and inside. So Sandy Leon now is a major league hitter, 4 for 9 in 4 games. Good speed at second base, and Danny Espinosa. As deep as the Atlanta outfield's playing, a base hit would make it 5-2 easily. And a good strike on the inside edge.
How about this? The Nats have no extra base hits today. 10 singles in this game. And you remember the streak of 85 games with an extra base hit? 2 games today without one. Find a way to get it done with base hits here in the second game.
Yeah, target away. He misses low and inside. Mark DeRosa came in to execute a perfect sacrifice bunt last inning. Stayed in to play left field when the Nats took Ian Desmond out. And Leon takes a bouncer. That gets away. Danny Espinosa easily over to third base. Each Atlanta pitcher has uncorked a wild pitch this evening.
David Ross has been getting beat up all night back there. Another short hop from his pitcher. This one about a 59-foot fastball. There's no way he can block that one.
Well, maybe on 3-2, this enhances Leon's chance of getting a heater. Braves have been doing a lot of standing around on defense. And that hits the batter, which is a dead ball, so Espinosa has to stay at third. And the Braves are having a hard time closing out this inning.
And all of a sudden, Varvaro having a hard time throwing strikes. Chipper Jones going to walk in and try to calm down the young right-hander, but fastball in the dirt, that gets away. Curveball hits Leon.
By the way, for Danny Espinosa a moment ago, another hit with runners in scoring position. The Nats were 0 for 14 today, and they've delivered their last 2 times. So here's DeRosa, who's never faced Varvaro. Got a fastball, fouled it back. Pretty good rip. .135 tomorrow. First pitch from Ross Detweiler. The Nats will be facing the struggling Jair Jurgens. Just checking in on the Miami-Pittsburgh game. Marlins batting top 8, trailing 5-1 at PNC Park. Runner going off first. Sandy Leon turned loose. So many things you can do once you grab the lead late in the game. And when you're up by 2 late, it's okay to do the wave. Now and then.
Ooh.
Occasionally.
I might have to get back to you on that one.
A couple of times a month.
A couple of times never.
Maybe this will be it for after the break.
Yeah, there you go.
Do it again in October.
Not a big fan. Just going on record.
No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 2 again. And DeRosa will take that breaking ball low and away, 1-2. Steve Lombardozzi 0 for 4 tonight, hoping for one more chance to bat. Nasty breaking ball and a good take by Mark. The count's back even 2-2. Last night, the Nationals defense was on the field for about 75% of the time. Tonight, since the bottom of the 5th, the Braves have been out there constantly. John Lannon and Sean Burnett have been very quick with their innings. And DeRosa works the count full.
Now, we get spoiled watching the Nationals pitch on a daily basis. It seems like almost every single pitcher on the staff does a great job of getting the ball, throwing it, pounding the strike zone, and keeping their defense behind them on their toes.
Runner goes at first. Mark DeRosa hanging tough. And DeRosa with a one-hopper to the shortstop. Giannis boots it, and the Nats get an unearned run. That's what happens when you're standing around forever.
Great point by you. Good at-bat by Mark DeRosa, too. Fouled off some tough pitches. It's a guy that puts the ball in play. And when you do that, good things happen. And when you stand around on defense for a long time, maybe you lose focus, lose concentration. We've seen Giannis make some good plays in this series, but that one was a play he'll probably tell you he should have made.
Now Tyler Clippard will pitch the 9th inning with at least a 3-run lead. And Lombardozzi was nearly hit by that breaking ball down around his spikes. Paul Giannis, first error as a Brave. And a good fastball to even the count, 1-1.
He's probably distracted by the wave.
Show me proof. And a little tapper by Lombardozzi. The Nats have been very opportunistic, scoring 4 innings in a row. Now Tyler Clippard, 3 outs to get.
Top of the ninth, 5-2 Nationals. Tyler Clippard on for the 3-run save opportunity. It's time for our Cholula hot sauce pitching recap, and let's go back and check out Sean Burnett. Now, fastball to Jason Hayward on the inner half, and how about this fastball to Freddie Freeman on the inner half? 89 miles an hour, bringing the heat and the flavor. Sean Burnett in the 8th.
A 12 strike, 20 pitch inning. Bryce Harper, right field. That'll move Michael Morse over to left. And Tyler Clippard has a cushion tonight. Coming off what I'm sure he would tell you is one of his worst outings ever. This is the life of a back of the bullpen guy. Sean Burnett with some 8th inning redemption, and now Clippard looking for the same thing.
I just saw something I really liked from Tyler Clippard. He took the ball, Sandy Leon went out there, and he had a big smile on his face. And to me lately, it looks like all of a sudden he's been gripping a little bit out there. So just to see that, maybe enjoy the moment for a minute, go to work. But relax, throw some strikes, have some fun out there, and be in the moment.
Dan Uggla leads off, top of the 9th for the Braves. Uggla faced Clippard last night, and it set a really bad stage for the 9th inning when Tyler walked him. The first of 2 runs that would score on the Bourne triple. First pitch fastball tonight, 92 right in there. So Dan Uggla 2 for 12 career against Tyler Clippard. 1 home run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He goes slider, 1-1.
I think anything on the outer half here to Uggla is a good pitch, no matter what it is.
John Lannon in line for the win. How do you think his stomach's churning right now? And it would be a well-deserved W. 7 outstanding innings after a first inning big bump in the road. Fastball up, popped up. Leon and LaRoche. And Adam will take it for the first out. Better to have 2 guys going after it than 2 guys letting it fall.
Well, a much easier play for a first baseman with that big glove coming in than it is for Leon. I mean, that ball's coming back toward fair territory, a little tail to it. You see Leon having to go around Uggla, so he's got the serious GPS route working right there. LaRoche got the easier play, comes in, calls him off. And it's just an easy out here to start the top of the 9th.
Two outs to go for the Nats to grab a very important game after the Braves have crept to within a game and a half in the East. David Ross is 0 for 3. Best pitch in baseball, strike 1, whether it's a fastball or a changeup. Another slider. He seldom throws 2 in the same appearance. Johnny and Ray are in the house. They're in the booth. They're looking over our shoulders. And we can't wait for Nats Extra, our W.B. Mason presented post-game show straight ahead. Johnny came up here so they wouldn't ask him to take the stage for the post-game concert. And that's a change up, a little bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike. He is, after all, Mr. Rock and Roll.
He'll be down there as soon as he's done.
His own mosh pit.
Throwing his shirt up on stage.
Come on. The wave, and now that. High fastball. And a good job by David Ross of holding off. 3 balls, 1 strike. Eric Hinske for Paul Janisch next. And Clippard throws a strike. 92. Ross can't catch up with it.
I'm thinking a 3-run save opportunity. You don't have to worry about the home run, so challenge hitters go right after him. Throw that heat.
David Ross 0 for 3 career against Clippard. Tyler getting ready to work in a hurry, and Ross stepping out.
Yeah, Ross looked up, and Clippard was already in his motion.
Well-placed fastball down in the zone. Freddie Gonzalez has 2 more left-handed bullets he can fire. Hinske next. And he still has Brian McCann in the dugout. And that hurts, because both of those guys might bat. In a 3-run game, 1 on, 1 out, and here's Hinske.
And McCann moves into the on-deck circle. Hinske moves into the batter's box.
Hinske batted in the first game today, a pinch hitting appearance in the 7th inning, and grounded out. 210 overall, but as a pinch hitter, he's 5 for 33. And Tyler having a hard time now getting over the top of that fastball. Eric Hinske career against Tyler Clippard. 0 for 5, couple of strikeouts.
He was talking to me about facing Tyler Clippard the other day in the Braves clubhouse and said he has a tough time zoning the ball down off Clippard. He said everything looks like it's coming belt high. You go to swing and it's up at your letters, and it's tough to get on top of the fastball.
One ball, one strike. 2 changeups in a row, and that one misses away, ball 2. Crowd of 40,047. A sellout paid for this one. Rather quiet at the moment. Not now. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good changeup right there. 79 miles an hour from Clippard. 2-seam changeup. Good fade at the end. Hinske looking fastball. Got the change.
And he throws him another one and gets a pop up to center. Roger Bernardina for the 2nd out. And now Brian McCann cannot tie the game. Brian McCann did not face Tyler Clippard last night. He's 1 for 9 career with 5 strikeouts. And a fastball for strike 1. John Lannon on the verge of his first major league win of the year. And a changeup misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marlins bat in the top of the ninth at Pittsburgh, down by 4. And now the Nats, another opportunity, like they had last night, to gain ground on everybody in the division. That is pinked on the outside corner. Strike 2.
This place is about to get real loud.
What a ball game for a sellout crowd to watch. And the changeup fades outside. Ball 2. That's a game winner. Biggest win of the year? Maybe. Considering the circumstances. And how big did John Lannon come up tonight?
We have 2 of the toughest losses of the year back to back. You want to find out how tough you are as a ball club. I think John Lannon just answered, and so did the rest of the crew. A huge win for the Nationals as they go back to 2.5 up over the Braves.
Yeah, one of those 2-game swings. And the Nats converted tonight. Lannon brilliant, Burnett brilliant, Clippard very, very good. And the Nats win it for their lefty, 5-2.